Well, so this afternoon, this is a story that we're paying attention to here on the Pulse. The Economic Intelligence Unit, EIU, is predicting electoral victory for the main opposition National Democratic Congress in the next general elections. After 2 terms of the New Patriotic Party administration, EIU says it expects the NDC to gain a small majority in Parliament in the 2024 elections. These findings are actually contained in the 5-year political and economic outlook compiled by the International Research Agency. You have excerpts on your screens now indicating details of why EIU believes that the NDC has the lead in the next elections. And excerpts reads that the next parliamentary and presidential elections are due in 2024 under constitutionally mandated term limits. The incumbent president, Mr. Akufo-Addo, cannot run for a 3rd term. Now, the former president, John Dramani Mahama, is reportedly considering running again, but we expect the opposition National Democratic Congress to try to revitalize its prospects with a fresh candidate. There's more for you in this report. Our baseline forecast, as the EIU is indicating, is that ongoing public dissatisfaction with a slow pace of improvement in governance, such as infrastructural development, job creation, and easing of corruption, will trigger anti-incumbency factors and push the electorate to seek for a change. The NDC, therefore, stands a reasonable chance of winning the 2024 elections. And here is more for you. Excerpts of the EIU report on Ghana's political outlook, indicating that the ruling party, the New Patriotic Party, will seek to, first of all, limit the fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. Dissatisfaction over high unemployment and also perceived corruption will spare sporadic unrest, but political stability will prevail on the whole. EIU expects Ghana's underlying political stability to endure over the forecast period, despite a highly acrimonious party political landscape. So those are excerpts of the statement we're getting through from this latest EIU report. So what does the New Patriotic Party make of the findings, particularly when it says it wants to break the 8? Joining me now is Director of Elections and Research for the New Patriotic Party, Evans Nimako. Thank you so much for your time, sir. So here we are. The verdict for SAM is out. This is the same organization that predicted your victory back in 2020. Now they say it's about time for the NPP. What's your take on that?
Well, thank you for having me. And I will start by saying that there is a report by the EIU, and I think it's not right for you to say that it is only the report of the EIU that got the New Patriotic Party elected in 2016 and 2020. The New Patriotic Party has received the report. It's not the final decision of the good people of Ghana. For me, it serves as an advice. As we speak today, it's 19th April 2022. Ghanaians will go to the polls in December 7, 2024. There's a long way to go. And I will not run away from the fact that there are some challenges in Ghana. And times have never been the same. The whole world, just as was coming from the COVID-19 pandemic, is also experiencing the fallout of the Russia and Ukraine war. And I'll be surprised if discerning and reasonable people will not be looking at these challenges and think that what Ghana is going through is mainly the making of the New Patriotic Party. For us, I can assure you, we've always said the battle is the loss. I know when we go into the elections in 2024, a huge majority of the Ghanaian population will be going to that polls, and they will decide the way forward for the good people of Ghana. And I can assure you that definitely the people of Ghana will vote for the New Patriotic Party once again.
But if that's your verdict, there are many who are looking at the reasons for which the EIU is predicting a victory for the NDC. They claim that the social pact that you have with the political party, and you have that on your screens now, indicating that there are concerns about how you're not able to address issues pertaining unemployment and also the economy. It's a social pact that you have with Ghanaians. So regardless of the external factors, I guess that the point is you've not delivered, isn't it?
Well, I would disagree with you, but issues of employment is an ongoing thing. It's an unending activity that every government will be confronted with. Because year in, year out, we turn in our junior brothers and sisters from school, and they definitely need to be provided with employment. The New Patriotic Party believes in the private sector as the engine of growth. You are aware of what the government has been financing and assisting the public to go into private sector arrangement where other bodies will also engage. So issues of employment has always been key. It was a key demand of the good people of Ghana in 2016. It was in 2020, and I know it's not going to run away in 2024. Definitely, it's a huge demand of the good people of Ghana. The youth need to be given employment. So yes, I can appreciate it. Issue of corruption, it has always been on the ticket, but I can assure you that the New Patriotic Party government has done enough to ensure that this whole issue of perception, whether rare or not, is addressed with. Unless you are telling me today that you have evidence of corruption or act of corruption that has not been pursued by the government.
But Evans, if you make that point, some would say the verdict is out there already. In fact, the Transparency International report puts you at a stagnated point. You've not made progress in dealing with the issue of corruption. This is the president that told us that he was in to fight corruption.
To ensure that we need the issue of corruption in the back.
But the figures indicate that you've stagnated if it comes to corruption. You agree? Evans, if you can hear me.
I'm saying that
so what I was trying to say, Evans, and if you can hear me, I was taking your thoughts on
but I'm saying that as a government, issue of corruption is being addressed.
We're having yes, we're having challenges re-establishing the line with Evans Demaku, but there's a need for us to reassess the claims that he's making and also look at the concerns of the NPP on this. But if you're joining us now, just gone by were excerpts of the EIU report, Political Outlook, predicting a victory for the National Democratic Congress. The NPP disagrees with some of the findings in there. Let's see if Evans Demaku is joining us back at the moment. Evans, if you can hear me, you were making a point about how your party is making some significant strides in the fight against corruption. But that's against, for instance, the verdict of the Transparency International and some other ratings agencies that are proving otherwise. You've stagnated when it comes to the figures.
Well, your line is being corrupted.
All right.
But I'll do my best to respond. What I'm saying is that issue of corruption as a country is something that we all have to come on board to address. So it has to be backed by evidence. It cannot just be word of mouth. You just pronounce it and run away with. You have to support it. And I remember before Mr. Domino left the Auditor General, if Transparency International is raising concern, there has to be specific. We cannot just raise the perception and run away with. And I'm saying that as a government, as a party, we will do everything in our power to support the government to ensure that issues of corruption are addressed. And so today, if Dr. Opuni is in court and you are telling me the New Patriotic Party government is not pursuing an action to address corruption in Ghana, then I'm surprised. And so, yes, it has come up in the EIU report. The government has taken it, the party has taken it. We will take steps, and whatever has to be done, I think that it is for all of us as Ghanaians to ensure that we address it. There's nowhere in the world that issues of corruption are not mentioned, but it's performed, it's done by human beings. But we should make it very unfavorable for people to pursue it. And I think that as a government, all that has to be done are being put in place.
Now, Evans, very recently we had the president say at your party headquarters that whoever will emerge as the leader of the New Patriotic Party will win the 2024 election. What does this make of that vision, given the fact that there's a new report out there proving scientifically otherwise?
Well, I don't think the report of EIU is sacrosanct. I'm saying that it's a research report that has come out, and when research of such nature are published, what we do as a party is to assess it, and so we do what has to be done. And before the EIU came up, the New Patriotic Party has been working. We've been doing our internal elections. Aside that, the other important thing the party is undertaking. And so if it comes up that, yes, Mr. President mentioned that he is looking at and into the future where he will hand over to the next New Patriotic Party presidential candidate as the next president, it's a strong message to the party rank and file, and we work towards it. The other side have never accepted any report of the EIU. And if you check your history, you've always said that yes, some researchers may come, you will not be solely headed, you will not be taken aback, you remain focused and support the government, you urge people in government to work towards the objective of ensuring that Ghana is brought to the level where challenges are reduced. And so that is what we've been doing, that's what we continue to do. So yes, the president has assured the party that he is looking at handing over to the next New Party president, to assure you.
So what you're saying
that the people of Ghana.
So what you're saying is saying is that you believe in the president's vision, and that will become a reality in the 2024 elections.
Definitely.
But the question is that backed by data? In fact, you are the director of elections for the New Patriotic Party. Are the claims you're making now backed by data? What data does the NPP have to suggest that you've delivered based on the promises you made to the people of Ghana, and that you're certain that in 2024 Ghanaians will renew your mandate, regardless of the candidate you would field in for the presidential elections? Yes, it appears that we've lost Evans Nimako there. We'll try and raise him later on, and he'll provide us with some perspectives and more insight into what it is that the NPP has in terms of their research figures.